So I saw this TikTok that's been stitched 1,000 times where this American lady, she, and she's very sweet, I must be honest, she was just trying to give some advice to South Africans about our use of language, which is not permissible in America because you can't say certain words. And I was shocked to discover that words are outlawed in America. In certain states, you can actually go to jail for saying certain things. And you would think, I suppose, from the America's point of view, that a country like South Africa, that's changed and gone from apartheid to the Rainbow Nation, would embrace such a thing. And we don't. And anyway, so the TikTok video is this lady saying we shouldn't use certain words. And then she has everyone stitching her, from black South Africans to colored South Africans, Indian South Africans, white South Africans, all jumping on her. And then she comes back and says, "Oh my God, I've never had." She actually applauded our ability to come together and like stomp her out. And she said it felt like she wasn't fighting one South African, she was fighting the whole country. Well, it got me thinking, and I want to give myself as the example. I live in Johannesburg. I was born here, I was raised here. I have such mixed blood, it's uncanny. Okay, I've got Afrikaans blood that goes back 500 years to Africa. I've most likely got Khoisan and maybe some Hottentot, I don't know, blood in me from the Cape Dutch settlers in the 1600s. So I most definitely have African blood in me. My father was Serbian. I never knew him, so the Slavic. I've got the Slavic look. And being raised in Johannesburg is also very interesting because Johannesburg is it's an amazing city. Okay, it's one of the biggest cities in the world. First of all, people don't know that, but we're one of the biggest. And if you combine Pretoria, Midrand, and Johannesburg together, it creates not a metropolis. It creates what's called a megalopolis, which is honestly one of the greatest and biggest cities in the world. And we're very high altitude. So we produce some interesting things like really fit people because of our ability to breathe oxygen slightly differently to people that are low altitude. We have incredible weather. But here's the interesting thing. It's the world's biggest man-made forest. Man-made. Now, it's been a couple hundred years since we planted trees that are not indigenous to Johannesburg, but nevertheless, you can see Johannesburg as a forest from space, but it shouldn't be. It should be a high altitude, almost like I think it's called sub-arid or whatever. I don't know, but it should be brown, but it's not. It's green because we are such a mixed bag of various cultures. But what's interesting is we like that. We're not trying to be one singular thing. We don't have a problem with our colored community calling themselves colored. They're proudly colored. Our Indian community in Durban, our Indian community is the biggest Indian community outside of India. And they're authentically Indian. Food rival to their own homeland in India, winning awards. We've got the Afrikaans culture, which they don't see themselves as Dutch. And it's a unique culture. So we've got all these words that we used, and we've learned to be okay with it. We never had a civil war. We gave over a bad system of government freely to become a good system of government somehow just by the will of the people. We didn't have to fight a civil war like in America or various other countries. We did that ourselves. We had nuclear weapons. We gave that up. So we are the only ones that can understand this. But I want to try and teach the Americans and maybe the British and the rest of the world. We're okay with the words we call ourselves because we somehow have seen them as words of endearment or actually truth. And we can laugh at it because we got great sense of humor too. We've got weird words mixed in all sorts of languages, mixed with Xhosa, mixed with Zulu and Sotho. It's called funny galore, and Afrikaans and English and some Spanish and French mixed in. You know, we've got a word that is it's called soatpeel, which basically means you got your dick in the ocean because you got your one foot in like colonial Britain and and the other foot in Africa. So you're a soatpeel. We've got colored. We've got black and white. We've got umlungu. We've got what is that? What's that one? Mafigizolo, Whitey, you know, or Lani, as they say in the Cape Flats. We're okay with that. We like it. We like our weirdnesses. We like that Joburg teases Cape Town, Cape Town teases Joburg. We both tease Durban. We like our different accents. We're cool with it. And we like our rivalry in it as well. You know, we're okay with it. We're doing fine. So we're going to keep our words, okay?